Today I was just going to do a quick how-to video on adjusting a chain. This video should work for most bikes. This is a 2013, sorry, Gsx-R 750. So for sure we'll work on a 2011 to 2015 Gsx-R 750, and I'm assuming 600,000. And the concept is really pretty much the same. If you know how to loosen and adjust your adjustment bolts for the chain, it's pretty simple really. So I was just going to do a quick video on how to do it in case anyone has a question and for my personal reference, I guess. So you're going to need your proper sized wrench here to adjust these bolts, and then your big socket and drive to take off your main axle bolt. Nut. Sorry. Okay. And then, oh yeah, a tape measure. This is how you are going to measure how far your chain's moving. My manual says proper chain tension is 0.8 of an inch to 1.2 inches. So I'm going to use this to measure how far I need to adjust it. So you're just going to go about halfway in between your main front or rear sprocket and your front sprocket. And I just put the tape measure like this. If you have one that locks, you can just use it like this to measure. And then you're just going to look at it. So, alright, so if you're looking here, you see it's at about 2.5 inches or so when you depress on it a little bit. And then if you move it up, it goes almost all the way to past half an inch. So that's over 2 inches of travel. So it's clearly out of spec, out of what my manual says. So then what you're going to do is loosen your main bolt or nut. Jesus, can't talk today. Just got to get it loose enough where you can adjust it. And then when you're doing these adjustments, you want to make sure, and they're going to have little markings here somehow. Mine has just little lines built in. You're going to want to make sure these are the same on each side, so your wheel's straight. So you're going to want to count your turns that you turn it and everything. Righty-tighty is to move it forward, and loosening it's to bring it back. So just going to loosen it. 1. I do like quarter turns. 2. 3. And now I can see that my 5th line here is completely covered up. So I'm going to go over to this side and do the same. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My 5th line is just about completely covered up on this side. And then on this side, my 5th line is just about completely covered up. So now I'm just going to check the tension again. So if I depress it, it's about 2 inches. And then if I go up, it's just at an inch or a little bit less. So I'd say I'd usually run a little bit snugger. I'm going to try that though, because that's in spec still. Make sure whatever you do is in spec. So there's 2, just over 1. I'm going to call that good. I like that. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Make sure that you adjust. When you adjust, each side is the same. That's pretty important. That's what the little markings are on there for. And then after you loosen them, gonna wanna make sure these locking bolts are tight too. I don't know, I just loosened it. And once those are tight, you're just gonna tighten your axle bolt back up. When I'm doing this, I always pull on the wheel. So pull on your wheel like this. just to make sure that it's lined up straight and all the way back. And I'll just snug it up like that and then take the torque wrench to it. I bought this torque wrench for like 10 bucks. They're pretty cheap on, I think I got it online. So I just looked in the manual and my specs are 72.5 foot-pounds for torque. So then you're just gonna tighten her up. About 72.5. So once you tighten it up, you're going to want to rotate your wheel again and check all the points and make sure that they are within spec, because I'm actually doing this right now and a few of the places are out of spec, which means there's tighter and looser spots in my chain. So you're going to want to make sure that at all the points it's at least in the minimum spec, because if it's too tight you can snap a chain and that's not good. That could really mess you up. So you're gonna want to check it all the way around. So mine's at 1/2 inch in some points, so I'm gonna have to loosen it again and do the same thing over. I'll just fast forward through all this. Alright guys, so there I just did the same process again and readjusted it a little bit back. Now if you look at it, it goes just over 2 inches to just over 1/2 inch, so that's about 1 inch, 300 thou, and I'd call that pretty good. Alright, so, and I have it all torqued down and everything, I'm call that good. Now I'd recommend cleaning your chain and everything and lubing it up too anytime you adjust it. Just a good habit to get into. I'll edit this video and everything. If you guys got any questions or anything about it, just put it in the comments and I'll try and respond to you. Hopefully this helps someone out.